Praise the Lord. Welcome to our daily broadcast, The Word of Faith. So we are doing a series on the covenant. Last week we have seen about the covenant of Joshua with the Gibeonites. So today we are going to see throughout this week the covenant of David and Jonathan. Okay, David and Jonathan. So before that, let me quickly give you some scriptures about the covenant in the Bible. Psalms 25:14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear Him. He will show them His covenant. So when God shows us the covenant, that's really a blessing, because we understand so many things. Then Psalms 89 verse 34, my covenant I will not break, nor alter the things that is gone out of my lips. Psalms 89:34. Then Psalms 111 verse 5, He has given He will ever be mindful of His covenant. He will ever be mindful of the covenant. So the English meaning of the word covenant is like this. The Webster's define the word covenant like this: a written agreement under a seal between two or more parties. A written agreement under a seal between two or more parties. Okay. Then another meaning, a formal agreement between two or more nations or people. Then another meaning, a formal agreement to fulfill an obligation. Okay. Then another meaning, an arrangement about action to be taken. Okay. So today we are going to speak on the covenant of David and Jonathan. Long story short, Saul was the first king of Israel, and he was rejected by God, and God chose David to be the next king. Now Saul had a son called Jonathan, and look at this, 1 Samuel 18:3. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. So there was a covenant, even though Saul was after David to kill David, but Saul's son loved David. So what they did was they both entered into a covenant. Okay. Then they go 1 Samuel 19:2. But Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David, and Jonathan told David, saying, my father seeketh to kill thee. I pray thee, hide thyself until the morning in a secret place. You see this? But Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David, and Jonathan told David, saying, Saul, my father seeketh to kill thee. Now I pray thee, take heed to thyself until the morning, and abide in a secret place, and hide thyself. So many times Saul attempted to kill David, but Jonathan, his son, saves him. Why? Because he made a covenant with David. You understand this? Then verse 4, 1 Samuel 19:4. And Jonathan spake good of David and to Saul. See how good Jonathan was? He always spoke good to Saul about David, and said, let not the king thy servant be angry against David, because he has not sinned against thee, because his works to thee has been very good. He was always favoring David. He was always interceding for David. He was always trying to protect David. You understand this? Then verse 5. Verse 5. He did put his life into his hand and slew the Philistine, that is Goliath. And the Lord brought a great salvation for Lord Israel, thou sawest, and did rejoice. Therefore, why wilt thou sin against innocent blood, to slay David without a cause? You see this? So many times Jonathan tried to protect David. So many times he interceded for David. And so many times, you see this, he always tried to save David from Saul, because Saul was trying to kill David. The point I am trying to make, their bonding was so strong because they made a covenant with each other. The covenant which Jonathan made with David, he said, surely I know you will be king one day. Okay, so let's make a covenant. Okay, my time is up. I will speak about this tomorrow. God bless you.